Alright, all you listeners of the madness, and I guess a couple of you wrestling fans out there tonight, welcome back to Under the Radar. And now it's time for us to talk about what happened during this year's 33 1/3 edition of the Royal Rumble from Houston. The stars at night shine big and bright, bum 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 bum, deep in the heart of Texas. Man, I don't know when the next opportunity I'm gonna get to sing about Texas, so take advantage of it now, I say. And with that theme song of Texas burning bright in my heart, folks, the first match to take place at the Royal Rumble would be the kickoff show match, which would feature none other than Andrade Cien Almas going one-on-one against Humberto Carrillo for the United States Championship. And during this match, action will go back and forth and would see Humberto Carrillo truly bring the high-octane offense during this match by not only doing an Asai moonsault and even a super kick to the face of Andrade for a near fall, and would even be able to pull off a beautiful, almost La Parka-like Frankensteiner from the top rope for a near fall. But unfortunately, the craftiness of El Idolo knows no bounds, because after Humberto Carrillo looked like he was going for a Death Valley driver, it would get reversed immediately into a roll-up pin for Andrade Cien Almas to win the match without the help of Zelina Vega for once, via pinfall. And he would retain the United States Championship in the process. Nice. And the next pre-show match would feature none other than Chad Gable, better known as Shorty G, going one-on-one against the Celtic Warrior himself, Sheamus. And during this match, Shorty G would try to prove that size doesn't matter, but in this case with Sheamus, he should have learned the lesson of might makes right. Because during this said match, Sheamus would go a clubbering with not only a 10 beats of the Baldwin on the ring ropes, but also on the ground as well to Shorty G, for Shorty G to try to combat all of this by doing a chaos theory that we're gonna end up calling the measuring stick for a near fall. But unfortunately, despite the small stature and the craftiness of one Chad Gable during this match, one bro kick and looking up at the lights 3 seconds later, Sheamus would end up winning this match via pinfall in a very dominating fashion that almost makes me want to play Ezekiel Jackson's theme song when he was in WWE, where he would sing, "This here's what you call domination," and it was. And the first official match for the Royal Rumble this year would be none other than the big dog, Roman Reigns, going one-on-one against King Corbin in a Falls Count Anywhere match. And during this match, action would go back and forth and would even see King Corbin trying to put Roman Reigns through 2 announce tables during this match, only to succeed on the second one for a near fall, and for Roman Reigns to counteract once they fought their way into the crowd by breaking them through 2 international tables near the international commentary section, both for near falls. Then things would really get outrageous, which would involve not only Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, but then would involve the Usos trying to help out their bloodline by Jey Uso actually jumping from the top of the scaffolding over by the equipment stage onto concrete on top of his half-brother Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, showing you how much they wanted to help Roman Reigns even the odds during this match. But after doing all of that, folks, Baron Corbin would decide to take Jey Uso on a little bit of a ride and decided to actually backdrop him on a barricade that was on the top of equipment sets. And ultimately, this match will come to an emphatic again. After not only Roman Reigns would do a Superman punch on 2 separate occasions to King Corbin, but also putting him into a porta-john that he tipped over, which people still decided to touch him after that. Ew. And would ultimately end with a hellacious spear on the top of the dugout for Roman Reigns to reign supreme and move on to the Royal Rumble via pinfall. And for King Corbin to just be defeated in a smelly heap on the top of the dugout. And according to what Michael Cole says, you could actually see the grass in certain parts of the arena from the field. Nice! I don't know why that's cool to me, but with them being in a baseball stadium and the fact that they actually put mats above the grass, it's exciting to me. I don't know why. Really don't. And the next match to take place at the Royal Rumble would feature the Women's Royal Rumble match. And during the Women's Royal Rumble match, not only it would feature at number 1, Little Miss Bliss herself, Alexa Bliss, but at number 2, the EST of NXT, none other than Bianca Belair. And for some strange reason, I'm going to break out to the theme song of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but I know that would be a good idea. And during this match, just like every single Royal Rumble you've seen in the past, there would be several different surprises. Not only the return of Kelly Kelly during this match, but you would also see, of all people, Mighty Molly entering into the Royal Rumble and featured during a pay-per-view for the first time since WrestleMania 19, where she hit the Hurricane upside the head with a frying pan for the Hardcore Championship, if my memory serves me correct. I don't remember if she was a part of Backlash or not, but she definitely was a part of the WrestleMania festivities that night. And as a little bit of a heads up for you fans out there, before we truly break down the Royal Rumble results, we forgot all of the entry numbers of where they entered where, but let's just say there were plenty surprises that night inside of the Royal Rumble, which not only featured Nikki Cross coming in at number 4, Lana coming in only to get eliminated by Liv Morgan at number 7, Mercedes Martinez making the debut at the Royal Rumble at number 6, Mandy Rose, who would get eliminated by Bianca Belair, even though Otis came out to help her, and her partner in Fire and Desire, who tried to help out as well. Yeah, that was the reason why she got eliminated, and Bianca Belair that night would score 8 eliminations against the past, present, and future of the women's division, and you would even see appearances and return from none other than Naomi during this match. Even Tamina would make her way back for this Royal Rumble match. But back to Naomi, folks, we almost forgot to mention she would do what a lot of people would call a Kofi spot during this said Rumble by not only grabbing onto the wall, climbing up it like American gladiators on the barricade, and would use the hood of an announce table's desk to actually walk her way back toward the ring. And even though Katie Catanzaro was not here for the Royal Rumble this year, I think that made up for things. But would it help her win the Royal Rumble? Absolutely not. And also during this Rumble, you would even see Dakota Kai, Chelsea Green, and even Charlotte Flair coming in at number 17. But one of the top stories during this Royal Rumble, folks, is Beth Phoenix. And I hope, and I really do hope she's okay, because while she was on the top rope, she got hit in the face and hit her head against the back of the turnbuckle, and the whole back of her head for the duration she was in the match turned a good crimson red with blood going all over the place. And she would be able to stick it out all the way until the final 4. And during the way there, folks, you would not only see Toni Storm, Xia Li, Zelina Vega dressed up as the hair flip lady, as my sister would call it, Sindel from Mortal Kombat, Shotzi Blackheart will be a part of this, and even Carmella at number 24. And you would also see Tegan Nox, and then one of the people that pissed off not only Natalya, but as well as Beth Phoenix, Santina Marella would make a return in a Rumble for the first time in well over 11 years. And Beth Phoenix said in her mind and pretty much said out loud, "Oh no, not you again." And before she could even do anything, she would end up taking out a Cobra, taking herself out, and wasting an entry number. Seriously, Katie Catanzaro could have took that number, but unfortunately, no. And this Women's Royal Rumble would come to an emphatic end, with not only Beth Phoenix betraying her partner of the Divas of Doom in the form of Natalya by throwing her over, and getting thrown over herself by none other than the Queen of Spades herself. And I keep forgetting that she was in this match, none other than Shayna Baszler. And it was down between both Shayna Baszler and Charlotte Flair, and as much as she tried to eliminate the Queen, unfortunately the Queen would get the better of the Queen of Spades and would prove that she is the Queen of Queens to go on to the grand stage of them all of WrestleMania 36 to get her 6th title opportunity on the grandest stage of them all. Now, for those who don't understand, she's been a part of the main roster for 6 years. Every single year that Charlotte Flair has been a part of WrestleMania, it has always been for a title. So with winning this Royal Rumble, it's none different. And then she would get on the microphone afterwards and would say that she is a diamond built to last. And whether the people love it or hate it, she won the Royal Rumble and she's going to prove at WrestleMania why she's the queen. Woo! And I'm saying it like she did, not like Ric Flair. And after that bit of excitement, folks, we would hop directly into the next match for the night, which would be none other than the Fiend Bray Wyatt going one-on-one against the Yes Man himself, Daniel Bryan, in a strap match for the Universal Studios of Orlando, Florida's championship. And during this said match, folks, action would go back and forth and would see the Fiend beat the living daylights flag tag out of Daniel Bryan, who would not quit during this match, and would even try to use the strap to elevate himself for a label lock during this match, but the Fiend would counter. Would try to go for the Baizaku knee for the second attempt after the first one, where the Fiend would kick out at 2, and the Fiend would turn it over into a Sister Abigail in mid-flight. And it would almost look like an end of days, folks. If you'd seen it from a different angle, you could have sworn he was Baron Corbin underneath that mask, and Daniel Bryan still would be able to kick out of all of that. But ultimately, this match will come to an emphatic end almost from out of nowhere when the Fiend would decide to goozle Daniel Bryan with that mandible claw and add a little bit of stink on it by doing a Uranagi a part of it, almost like what Lord Tensai used to do back in the day, only for the Yes Man to slip out of consciousness and for the referee to count the 3, for the Fiend to retain the Universal Studios of Orlando, Florida's championship that looks like it was made out of Freddy Krueger's nightmares via pinfall. And after the match was over, the Fiend would celebrate with the championship, the lights would go out, turn back on, Daniel Bryan would walk his way down the ramp for the fans to still chant yes despite his loss. And with that said, folks, we might as well head back into this music, and trust me, when we return, we'll be back with the second half of what happened during the Royal Rumble from this year, from deep in the heart of Houston, Texas, right after this. So don't go anywhere just yet, folks, and stay tuned.